In the week which may see a new peace agreement in Northern Ireland, Panorama, in a few minutes on BBC2, looks at whether the extreme elements on all political sides are likely to accept the settlement.
Two Geordie brothers with a cunning idea.
Flickable football marbles, they're in a league of their own.
What we've done is we've basically reinvented the marble.
Destined to make a fortune.
I'd like to make $1 million, within a year.
I reckon it's going to be the biggest game in the world.
So will Flickerball become the biggest game in the world? The Unlikely Lads, Modern Times, Wednesday at 9 on BBC2.
It will not fail. It's too good. I hope.
Ah, the 1950s. The little lady, happy and fulfilled to be staying at home in domestic bliss, tending to her household duties. Not that many years later, but things have certainly hotted up. Watch this chick move and groove, and the hemlines rise, along with your temperature. This stunner's vital statistics certainly add up. She wants world peace, and she's always kind to animals and children. Today, and here's what is called girl power. I mean, woman power. Or should that be lady power? She's a person of the female gender.
Politically Incorrect Night, next Monday from 9 on BBC2.
Was it something I said?
A spot of holiday luxury now on BBC2 for The Fast Show. And there's an insight into the Fast Show characters in the Comedy Zone at www.beeb.com.
Edmund Blackadder is reincarnated in Regency servitude with his sardonic wit intact.
When the people discover that you have burnt Dr. Johnson's dictionary, they may go around saying, "Look, there's Thick George. He's got a brain the size of a weasel's wedding tackle."
Eternity in the company of Beelzebub and all his hellish instruments of death will be a picnic compared to 5 minutes with me and this pencil.
Blackadder the Third starts tomorrow at 9 on BBC2.
England and France relive the Five Nations. Top rugby guest for John Inverdale, who hopes to stay on side in 10 minutes on BBC1. Just before Newsnight, a flavour of life in the video Nation on BBC2, up close and personal.
Well, here begins the computerisation of the Michaels family. And so, here we go. This is what computerisation entails. Boxes of this, boxes of that, speakers, monitors, keyboards, I don't know what bloody rubbish we've got here. Oh, a sound video card, a strange person hammering at my furniture, and the computer is going to go here. This nice empty space which we've just emptied. But as if by magic, that empty space is filled with a person. Can you get out of the way? Get out of the way. Or that way or that. And there's a table for the computer. So gradually this is going to build up into a comprehensive multimedia computational device. So there we are. You saw the empty space. You saw it's taken bloody hours. We're finally computerised. Now all I've got to do is learn how to use the bloody thing.
The Battle of Britain, according to popular myth, spared the country from a Nazi invasion. But did it really stop Hitler invading?
One cannot say that the Royal Air Force prevented the invasion, because Hitler no longer thought of any invasion.
By the time the Battle of Britain was won, Hitler had his sights on a much bigger prize.
If you go east, you cannot go at the same time west.
The first in a new series of Timewatch begins tomorrow at 9:30 on BBC2.
Exploring the use of computer forensics to track down high-tech criminals, The Net is in 45 minutes. Now on BBC2, the start of a new week of Newsnight with Gordon Brewer.
After a day of delays, the blueprint for peace in Northern Ireland is due at any moment. Has the last dash for peace cleared the final hurdle? Good evening. Another cliffhanger of a day in Northern Ireland. George Mitchell, the chairman of the all-party talks, was supposed to produce his blueprint for peace. He hasn't yet, though it may appear at any moment. The politicians have been making hopeful noises for most of the day, but do fundamental differences remain? As the press maintain a vigil at Stormont tonight, are we on the verge of a breakthrough or teetering on the edge of a breakdown? We'll have the latest from Belfast.